Hey, I thought I'd do a quick clip on this Remington 597 and in particular on working on getting the slide rails and the springs back in. I know a lot of people have a problem with that, myself included, and I think I figured out a way may be helpful for some people. So what we use is this Cat 5 cable. It's called Category 5. They sell it at Home Depot. You can get it, I think I double checked today, you can sell it, they sell it by the foot. You can get it at 24 cents a foot. So it's cheap enough, by a couple feet. There's 4 pair in there. All you need is 1 pair though. I'll show you how we use that in a minute. This is some number 12 stranded. Didn't have too much luck with this. Not sure why. Maybe it has something to do with the insulation. I tried stripping the insulation off of the Cat 5 cable. The same thing. It just doesn't work as good. So I think you want to probably, if you're going to try this, to go ahead and stick with the 4 pair Cat 5 cable. Some people may also have, this is a patch cord for a computer. Don't try to use this. If you cut the end off and strip this back, it looks the same. Pairs look the same, but in actuality they're stranded, so they won't cinch down like you need them to do. So these patch cords are no good. So just thought I'd mention that. I've tried some different things, trying to make it easier and save people time on experimenting. So Home Depot carries this. They sell it by the foot. It's cheap enough. So let's go ahead and break this down. Let me take this out. Back the screw out. Common knowledge. People are saying that they have better luck not putting these set screws all the way in. If you look in your owner's manual, you'll see the Remington has a guideline with a torque value of foot-pounds or inch-pounds that they would like you to put these screws in at. But most people just get them flush with the end of the receiver and then leave it. It seems to work good rather than torquing them down. Okay. What I do is I take these rails out individually and I keep them oriented with the receiver the way they're going to go. Here's a good example of an issue that a lot of people have. On my gun, this second rail here on the left, as you look at it, tends to stick. So what I would recommend doing is instead of pushing the bolt back and try, if you need to use a pair of pliers, instead of grabbing it here, just pull this back here, because nothing slides back here, and if you do damage it, you won't hurt anything. I've had to do this maybe 12 or 15 times now, and these guide rods are really strong, or I mean hard. There's actually no damage at all on the guide rod from the teeth of the pliers. So, but I do keep them oriented with the receiver. They go back in the same way they came out for that reason, because I've had to take them out like that with the pliers before. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it, but 2 of these, well, one of the springs is shorter than the other by about 1/4 of an inch. That's because, you know, there are some videos out that show putting the guide rod in with the bolt in already, and then trying to, you know, thread it through that the spring. And I suppose if you can do that, you don't need this video. But I have a way that's actually easier. I'll go ahead and show that to you now. What I do is, instead of trying to work with the bolt in, you leave the bolt out at first. We're going to go ahead and put the guide rod in, put the spring on, run it all the way in until there's about an inch or so showing off the back of the receiver. Same thing with this one. About an inch or so hanging out. Now what you want to do is take that's about 15 or 18 inches. You can cut it to whatever you're comfortable with. A lot of guys use drift pin or pin punch. This is a 3/32 pin punch to drift out the pins. What I like to do is just go like that and get yourself a loop on this wire. And you're going to go down, if you can see this, I'll make sure, I'll go back and redo this so everyone can see. But you grab back about a half an inch, maybe the third coil or so on the spring. And you're just going to drag it backwards, and then you're going to wrap once, twice, and out. And that'll hold that. Okay, we'll do the second one. Again, get your loop going. One of those. Go ahead and pick up the spring. And drag it back. I wrap it twice. Now, the nice thing about this is that after you're done with this part, these guide rails will still, you're able to move them. And if you visualize about halfway of the receiver, that's about how much you need for the bolt to fit in. So once you get this, I don't know if you can see that clearly, it's about what it looks like. And it's easy to pull the guide rods back, and then you just drop your bolt in, push your guide rods in, and from here it's really easy, like that. You just remove the wire. Once you get into here, they're actually very easy, they drop right in. Remove the wire, and now you're ready to put your set screws back in, and that's it. You know, this thing's ready to go. No more mangled springs or fighting with it, chasing that spring around trying to get it on there. And that's it. You put your gun back together and go shoot. I hope that was clear. I'll try to edit this video and make sure we got some clear pictures. Maybe I'll post some pictures also. But anyway, hope that helped you guys out.